And we are back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast. And for the third part of the show, we are going to now preview the American League Division Series. So obviously, like I said before, we got the Rangers and the Orioles and the Twins and the Astros. So I actually just wanted to pull up the updated bracket here, because I know the other day I still kept the same one even with the series being over, but now we got the updated bracket. So obviously on the left side, is the American League, right side is the National League, and but I just wanted to pull that up, so it's not just you looking at me the whole time. We got something to visually look at here. But again, I just wanted to remind everybody, as always, to tip or donate and get your comments recognized, make sure to go to streamelements.com/gsmcsportsnetwork./tip. Really helps the show. And then once again, for bonus coverage materials that are not covered by this broadcast, make sure to go to patreon.com and look up GSMC Sports Network, and that's where you can find all of our exclusive content. So let's get into the American League Division Series. So right now, at least on MLB, at bat, they don't have the starters listed. Like I said, it's just Kershaw and Verlander. But CBS usually has things listed. So if we go there, and let's see, do they have the starters listed yet? Okay, so right now it's looking to be Dunning against Bradish. So I did say I thought Bradish was going to start Game 1. So that's going to be the case. And then, you have Dunning in Game 1 going for the Rangers. So then on Sunday, if we can see that now. So Game 2, that's still Game 1. So Game 2, it looks like it's going to be Montgomery against Dean Kramer. And then, let's see. And then Tuesday, right now Evaldi is the one. So Evaldi's lined up for Game 3. So it looks like, so I'm guessing, so you got Kramer and Bradish going the first two games. And I'm guessing Game 3 is going to be either Flaherty or Kyle Gibson. So, but like I was saying, I feel like, listen, I have the Orioles going to the championship series, but I really do feel like Texas can upset the Orioles. I really do, and I keep saying it. I think this series can go. I think this series will go 5 games. And I don't want to disrespect the Orioles because they've had a great year, but I just feel like, for me personally, I don't know. I just like the Rangers in this series. I think it's going to go 5 games. Of course, the Orioles have a great young lineup. They're going to be without their closer, so that kind of hurts them. I don't know. I don't know. I just like Texas. I like Texas in this series. But we'll see what happens. Listen, the Orioles got home field advantage. I don't know. But we'll see what happens with that. I say right now Texas in 5. But listen, I had the Orioles going to the championship series. So but right now I feel like Texas is going to be the team that upsets the 1 seeds here. So that's my opinion on that. Now, Texas, again, you still got, some concerns with the bullpen. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll see how it plays out. It starts. So Game 1 is at 1:08 Eastern Time tomorrow. So you got that. Then on Sunday it'll be at 4:07 p.m. Eastern Time. Tuesday Game 3 will be at 8:03 p.m. Eastern Time, and then if there's a Game 4, that'll be on Wednesday. And then Game 5 will be on Friday. So that's the schedule there for the division series when it comes to the Orioles and the Rangers. But that's the series. Listen, that's the series I'm most excited for. And the Orioles, listen, they got a good young lineup as well. But listen, if Texas plays how they did against the Rays, I mean, if Evan Carter continues to do well, they're young players, Josh Young, and then you got, of course, Adolis Garcia, Simeon, Corey Seager. I just like their team. I do. Now, I'd feel a lot better if they, now, of course, he wasn't pitching the best, but if they had Scherzer or DeGrom, that also, favors Texas even more. But, right now, Jordan Montgomery's got to go out there and Dunning and Evaldi. Those are your top 3 starters right there. And so far they got off to a great start. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I think this series has the potential to be the best series of the 4. So, and then obviously we get into the Astros and the Twins. So, first 2 games are going to be in Houston. Then the next 2, and obviously Game 4, if necessary, will be in Target Field. And then, if there's a Game 5, that'll be next Friday as well. That'll be in Houston. So Game 1, so it's going to be at 4:45 p.m. So right now it's Joe Ryan against Justin Verlander. Right now I give the edge to the Astros. I think the Astros win this game. I think the Astros win this series in 4 games. But can the Twins upset the Astros? Yeah, they can, because the Astros haven't been playing like themselves all year. They've had some rough patches. So, but I like the Astros to win Game 1 at home. But then again, we'll see what happens. Game 2, I guess it looks like it's going to be maybe. I guess do they not have? Oh, okay. So right now they don't have any starters listed on CBS, so that doesn't help me. But then they have the starters for game 3, and it's Sonny Gray against Christian Javier. So Valdez is probably going to pitch for the Astros in Game 2. I would imagine that's going to happen. And then I guess maybe Pablo Lopez is Game 2. I guess. Maybe. So that might be what the pitching matchups are there. I don't know. I still like the Astros. I think they win this series in 4 games. I go with the experience. Listen, the Twins, outside of Royce Lewis in 1 inning, they really didn't do anything offensively. Now, their pitching is what can keep them in these games. And obviously, you also got Carlos Correa on the other side. So that always helps. But I don't know. I think right now, I still got to go with the Astros. That's I still have pretty much everybody that I picked winning their series, except the Orioles and the Rangers I'm not confident in right now. But I think the Astros take the series in 4 games. But you know what, again, props to the Twins. I mean, they had a losing streak that lasted for so long, when it came to the postseason. And, it obviously ended, and it was good for them. But now they're going up against the defending champs. And it's playoff time now. Listen, the regular season, it still factors in to an extent, but it's a whole new season now. So everything that happened in the regular season, obviously, when you look at the team, after just finishing the regular season, you're going to say, well, they got swept by the Royals. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Royals the week before that. But now it's the postseason, so that can all change, and they could play how they should play. But, there's still some concerns with them, the pitching. But I think the Astros win this series, and they move on. And that could set up, a divisional matchup with the Rangers. If, like I said, Rangers could move on. But I think there's going to be at least... But what I said yesterday was I think there's going to be at least one upset. I don't think it's going to be all the favorites moving on. Now, I said the team that's least likely to upset is the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers, but then again, that could end up being the series that it ends up happening to, and then that it can happen, and then I end up getting that wrong. So, but let me know what you guys think. Who do you think? What team do you think has the biggest chance to upset their opponent for these division series games? Well, these series in general. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, Astros I think win in 4. I give the Twins at least one game, and I think the Orioles Rangers series is going to go 5 games. I just do. So, but they should both be interesting series. Like I said, I'm most excited for Rangers Orioles. I think these teams are evenly matched. Their lineups are both good. Some concerns with the rotation, although I kind of lean more towards Texas's rotation at the moment. The way Montgomery pitched and how Evaldi's been in the postseason. Being a postseason, being one of the postseason heroes for the 2018 Red Sox. So that's why I'd probably lean, more towards Texas when it comes to the rotation. But we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, both of these teams they went 3-3 against each other in the regular season. I talked about that yesterday. So this is the rubber match right here. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, Texas capitalized on some mistakes by the Rays in Game 1. Are the Orioles going to do that? I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're going to commit 4 errors in a game. I don't see that happening. But you got a lot of young players that are inexperienced. So, I mean, anything is possible. But I don't think that's going to happen. Rays just played a very sloppy game. And listen, Camden Yards is going to be hosting a playoff game for the first time in a while, and that atmosphere is going to be incredible. It really is. So, and then we'll actually finally see playoff games in the Rangers' new ballpark too. Well, for the Rangers at least, because during the COVID season, that's where they played the championship series for the National League and the World Series. But now Texas is going to be playing home playoff games in their new stadium for the first time. So, we'll see how that goes. I mean, the atmosphere postseason baseball is just it's different. It's different, and that's where you want to be, really. Obviously, home field advantage plays a huge role. So we'll see how it is for this series. But that's pretty much it when it comes to the American League side of things. So obviously, in the next segment, we are going to touch upon now the National League side of things. We'll talk about the Dodgers and the Diamondback series, and then we'll also before that we'll talk about the Braves and the Phillies series, which that's I think that series and the Rangers and the Orioles, those are the 2 best series. That's how I would rank it. I would rank it. I mean, I guess overall you'd probably rank Braves Phillies above Rangers Orioles. Then those are the top 2. Then I would say, maybe you put the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers ahead of Twins Astros. So that's probably how I would rank them. As when talking about those 4 series. But listen, hopefully they're all good. Hopefully we don't get sweeps in every single series, which we won't, like we did in the first round. But we'll just have to. We'll see what happens. So when we come back from our final break of the show, we will then talk about the National League side of things. So stick around, and we will be right back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast.